Hi, I'm Dave. Today I'm speaking to Laura from We Are Sovereign. Hello.
How you doing? You're right, mate.
I'm
You good?
pretty good. You're looking well.
Thank you. So are you.
We've been through this before. You're such a liar. um,
You are. Come on.
we are we are sovereign. Tell me about the band.
Oh, so it started in 2019. It was an idea that I came up with because I've been on quite a journey throughout my life, and I really wanted to bring that to life. So yeah, we
Okay.
we um we started it. It took a while to get members together. It's been a bit of a journey, but we've got here, and we just want to make music that people can relate to, and we stand for, like resilience and just stepping a little bit out of your comforts, and that's what we really want to relate to people. So that's what We Are Sovereign's about.
Okay. You've just released an album. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
how does that feel to get that baby off the ground now?
absolutely amazing. We've put our heart and soul into the album, and we've had a good response so far. It's obviously means a lot to us as a band because it's our debut album. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been amazing. Yeah.
Okay. I only really know a couple of singles. Well, I'm basically radio guy now, so I get the singles more than albums. So, tell me. I mean, I'm just looking to my notes here. Sorry. Time can be so short. That was your most recent single.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Tell me a little bit about that. I mean, you're a metalcore band, so I think we would be clear on that because
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So was that a choice, metalcore? Was that just how you all seem to gel together as musicians?
Yeah, I feel like we're one of those bands that has a broad sound because we've got so many different influences. Like, in the industry we'd be labeled as metalcore, but if time can be so short, we wanted to step away from that a little bit. We want to be able to just make music that we feel emotion through, and that we can, we're kind of like whatever we write, whether that's a soft song, whether that's a fast upbeat song, whether that's a really heavy song.
Hmm.
So I feel like, with the time could be so short, our latest single, we wanted to do something a little bit different. And we don't want to be that band that just is tied down to one genre, because we're all into so much different things,
Hmm.
as individuals, and when we blend together as well. That's probably obvious from the album, I'd say,
Yeah.
with what it sounds like.
Okay. Okay. You s- you seem to hit a very personal note with each and every song that I've heard. Um, was that a conscious decision to write out everything that's gone on in life?
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like, if you're raw about things, and you bring to life what you've been through, it's so much more relatable. Don't
Hmm.
just write about things just because it's a topic. Like everything that's on that album, every subject, every lyric, we've been through it as people. Whether
Okay.
that's some of the band, or me, I've been through the entire album, and that's what it's based on. So yeah, it's definitely, even with our music videos as well. Like we choose to make them as raw as possible, because that's how I feel people relate to it.
Yeah. Do you find you get a positive response from the fans with that as well?
Absolutely, yeah. It's especially with the music videos, because I feel like when it's visually in front of you, you can
Mm.
understand the concept a little bit more, and I feel like you can relate to it a little bit more. Especially with Time Can Be So Short, we had a really good response with that. As emotional and as it was, it's got so many different steps of grief in it, and a
Yeah.
majority of people have been through a part of that. So, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm even as old as I am, I can I can relate to well, both singles actually, just standing up for yourself and time being so short as well. Um, yeah, I think we all go through the mill in one way or the other throughout our lives. And for me personally, having music in my life, just reflecting everything that I've been through and understanding is an absolute godsend. It's a help to me myself personally. But I mean, has it helped you yourself? I mean, you do you want to explain a little bit about yourself as well? Because you've had quite a past already.
yeah. I mean, Yeah, that's how the album came about, by me reflecting on my journey and looking back and breaking down parts of life that I've been through. Because I feel like a lot of the time when you're in a dark place, your life feels like a blur.
Mm,
You don't it doesn't, it doesn't feel like chapters, it just feels like you're existing. But you just, you've got this cloud and you and with myself, like, I kind of got lost in myself, my identity, who I was, and I couldn't see a way out at that point. And it was my sexuality, my body, I suffered a lot with mental health, and
mm,
I guess, you know, right, I was in that place when writing the album as well. Like, it wasn't just before the album; it was when I was writing the album. I'd say I'm fully healed now,
mm.
but I feel that, yes, it's definitely made off raw experience from myself.
Yeah.
Everything that you hear, yeah.
Did you find the writing then sort of like put it out and helped you deal with whatever issues that were afflicting you at the time?
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like the band itself is an escape, and I feel like writing was my way of coping. Like, instead of going out and socializing,
Mm,
and because I was in that much of a dark place, I didn't want to leave the house. I feel like writing the album was my escape mechanism, and it was my comfort to go to, and that's why the album is so. I feel like it's so relatable because you can hear the emotion in it.
mm.
I was sat in my bedroom, I was sat in the dark. This sounds depressing, I know, but I was in a bad place.
Yeah,
And you know, and I think what's special is, obviously, the album came out yesterday, and I haven't listened to it for a while, because obviously you don't really listen to your stuff that much.
yeah.
And I listened to it yesterday, and it was like a sense of healing, because I was listening back and I was thinking, where I was when I wrote it and where I am now, and it's worlds apart.
Okay, okay. So tell me about the album. I mean, a step out of your comfort zone. Uh, came out yesterday. So, how many tracks? What are your favorite tracks? I mean, I use that term loosely. What tracks have got the most meaning to you?
Oh, the most meaningful to me is, it'd be two of them. It'd be These Four Walls,
Mm,
because that is truly based on, when I mentioned to you I was in a dark place, that's literally all of the aspects of mental health.
yeah,
And I feel like we've tried to achieve that from the perspective of someone who's really struggling. And These Four Walls, named after, you know, not leaving the house.
mm,
All you can relate to is you're in this zone. And I'd say the ending, Overcome, because it's a speech of basically saying, you need to look at life, and you really need to grab it by both hands. And in order to get somewhere, of some sort of, how do I word this? I guess, like, as the album says, you've got to step out of your comfort zone.
yeah,
If you use security as a blanket, yeah, I feel like you're never gonna succeed to where you need to be in life. I feel you've got to take chances. Like with me myself, I used to be a drummer, for example, and I didn't have the
right,
confidence to be a vocalist, and I just went for it. I just thought, you know what, if I want to do this, and I want to do something that I love, I've just got to take a risk, and I've got to do it. Like certain things, like moving away from home, or making big decisions in life that could fall through. But if you don't do things, you'll never know. You've got to go for it,
mm,
and it's uncomfortable. It always is. But I see it as, you've got this place where you don't really want to be in. You've got this middle bit where you go through this bit of being uncomfortable once you've transitioned. And then I feel like the end goal, which is not what people see usually, is the best bit. Like, the
mm,
end bit is where you end up, because you've took that risk, and you've gone through all this uncomfortable feelings, and that's one of the lyrics as well, with Don't You Dare Quit. It's, never feels like home, because I feel like when you're transitioning out of your comfort zone,
mm,
nowhere feels like home, because you can't relax, you can't settle.
yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I know there's going to be people out there that are in that situation now that you've just described in your past, and
Yeah.
music is is always been therapeutic, and I think an album such as this, which is quite outspoken, can reach out and actually touch, not touch, but can reach out to people who are in that dark place and finally maybe see the light at the end of the tunnel and
Yeah,
see that there is a way out. So I mean, good on you for writing this, because I I'm in awe. A lot of people just brush it under the carpet and say, that's my private life. Nobody needs to know about that. And to bring this out in the open into the raw it's quite a brave thing to do. Like you say, stepping out of your comfort zone. But I think it'll help people in that situation as well, if listening to the music. So well done.
thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
no, that's all right. What about live? Are you a live band?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been played a few shows now. We've got a few more lined up,
Okay,
and yeah, we playing the songs live. Incredible.
yeah. So,
Yeah,
how does that feel?
it's I'd say it's the best part. Best part of being in the band is, playing a show, having people connect to it live, and having people come up to you after and saying they enjoyed the set, or you know talking to people when they buy merch, stuff like that. It makes it all feel so worth it. When you're in the
Yeah,
studio or when you're filming your music videos, it's kind of you're in this own little world where you kind of forget what you're doing sometimes.
yeah.
And when the reality of, when a release comes out or you're playing a live show and you're on the stage, that's the moment of realization that you feel, this is why we do this.
Okay. So, have you got any gigs lined up now with people going to check you out?
Yeah, we're playing Manchester on the 16th of September.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Birmingham's, we're playing Subside. That's in October, and we're playing Bolton in October as well. And we're playing our hometown, Derby, which will be on the 27th of October. Yeah, and
Right.
we're currently in the momentum of booking shows and announcing them. So all
Yeah.
of our socials will always have up to date shows on.
Brilliant.
So
And this album, I assume, can you you can stream it just about everywhere, I assume.
yeah, absolutely everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
usual Spotify, Apple. Um, a few songs off the album have got music videos, so YouTube's a good place to go.
Yeah.
And we've got merch available that's related to the album as well, which is
Right.
cool.
Where can these guys or prospective fans go and get merch from then? What is the website?
It's www.wearesovereignband.bigcartel.com.
Brilliant.
That's
Brilliant.
all over our socials as well. We're doing a merch bundle at the moment, so they'll be able to see that.
Okay. Right. Where do you see yourselves in a year or so's time? What do you want out of the band now?
I'd say progression. I feel like, we want to see what we can do with our sound.
Hmm.
Is obviously the album's been a long time in writing, so we've definitely developed as musicians and artists. So I'd say develop our sound, try and play as many places as we can and get in front of as many people as we can to tell our story and help people. So I'd say, play as many shows, make more music, and just progress. I feel that's what it's all about. I want to
Okay.
look back and think, we've come a long way, and playing festivals would be nice. We'd love to do that. So yeah, in a year's time, we'd love to be further along on our journey, and yeah, that's where
Yeah.
we want to be.
Are you still writing now? Is there new
Yeah,
music
we're
still
writing
coming?
it. Yeah, we're writing in the background at the moment. We're working on acoustic covers as well of songs off the album.
Okay.
Um,
That'd be
so
interesting.
yeah, we're constantly writing. We're just having a mess around, and there'll definitely be more from us. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Laura, I won't hold you up too much. I won't take too much of your time. Thank you for taking the time to chat to me, and I wish you all the very best with the new album.
Oh, thank you. It's been a pleasure. And thank you for having me on to have a talk. I
No
appreciate it.
worries. Please take care.
You too. Thank you.